My name is Dr. Shelly Cameron, and it's a pleasure to be here with my colleague, Maxine Barnett. She'll introduce herself shortly to you, and we're just going to share with you quickly this afternoon uh, information on the 4 signs that you might need a coach. Both of us are coaches, and we wanted to just get into it. As we jump right into it, we want to start with the definition of coaching, because we do believe that sometimes people are not aware of what coaching really means. Coaching is defined as a process in which the coach is a strategic partner of the client to explore goals, barriers, action steps, and accountability plans for moving forward. Coaching is client-focused and client-driven, with the client choosing their priorities and action steps. The coach serves to provide perspective, create focus, clarify intention, motivate, and build accountability through empowering the client. And that's it for this definition, which is by the ICF defined. Maxine, would you like to add anything there?
No, I think, Shelly, you have hit the nail on the head, if I may use that analogy, that that a coach really is a motivator, a partner, an accountability
Yes.
partner, a strategic partner sometimes. And
Yes.
important thing I'd like to add is that everyone needs a coach.
Exactly.
Sometimes we think coaching is only for the persons who have lost their way or they're not doing well enough. But
Right.
even the most, think of the sport, coaching in sport.
Right.
Even
Right.
the athletes at the top of their game,
Yes.
they too still need
Yes.
a coach. Yes.
Absolutely. So I wanted to share with you the 4 signs that you might need a coach. And 4 signs that you might need a coach are: you're going through a transitioning phase. And we're not gonna expand too much on it now. We're gonna just mention them. So it's transitioning phase. You're going through a period of transition, and then you may be in a leadership struggle. So you might be in a leadership role, but you feel out of your depth. You may also be experiencing balancing issues. You're struggling to balance your work, life, and your personal commitments. You may also feel very stuck. You feel that you're stuck in your life, unable to move forward, and you don't know where to turn. Now, we'll take this opportunity to go into, in depth, the 4 signs, and we'll start with transition. Transition refers to when you're going through a significant life change. It may be a life change from sickness, sudden sickness or stuff like that, or in your family. You may have just had a newborn, and you know how that is. Maxine, would you like to explain anything about the periods of transition as far as coaching is concerned?
Absolutely. As an executive coach, I work with many persons who are in transition, and transition can take various forms. Starting a new job, that's a transition into,
Yes.
as you onboard into an organization. Being promoted into a new position, that's a transition.
Yes.
Stepping out of a corporate environment to start your own business, that's a transition. And the hurdles
Right.
and the things that we encounter, and that's just a few, that's just to name a few. There's so
Yes.
many other transitions. But
Yes.
but the thing is, the challenges sometimes you have to deal with as you transition. Yes, you need a partner, a strategic partner to help you
Yes.
navigate the way.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then the other point that we wanted to look at is leadership struggles. So you're
Mhm,
a leader and you're in that leadership role, but you feel a little bit out of your depth.
mhm.
You've been promoted without training.
So common. So
That's
common.
a big one that people
Yeah.
always come to me about.
Sure, sure.
Expansion of job responsibilities. I think you alluded to that, changing jobs, but you've gotten an expansion in your job responsibility. Your
Mhm,
colleague resigned, and guess what? They You were promoted and given their responsibilities
mhm.
without training. That's what is so
Absolutely.
important. So
That is typical of the person who has been promoted into the supervisory role.
exactly.
All of us are at the same level, and all of a sudden, I am
Uh,
promoted without training, and I have to supervise you, who is my
Yes,
colleague. That's a transition that's difficult, and
right.
sometimes we need help to
Right.
help us
And
navigate.
that's where the leadership struggles come in. The
Sure.
business has grown, and also that's also another thing. The business has grown
Mhm.
beyond corporate support and capabilities. So rather than getting someone from outside, they bring the person in. And that's the leadership struggle you might be going through. But guess what? You feel out of your depth and you're afraid to share with anyone within the company that, hey, I need help. That's
So
where a coach can come in.
I would like to add one more thing that I have seen as a coach, that competent people experience imposter syndrome as they go through,
Yes,
and try to navigate new situations in transition. They are competent, but yet they need that partner to help them navigate,
exactly.
to help them with the confidence that they can do it.
Yes,
Yes.
yes,
Mhm.
yes. Thank you for sharing that, Maxine. The next point is balance issues. You're struggling to balance work, life, and personal commitments.
Mhm.
Possibly you're an empty nester. You know, the kids have gone out, just gone away to school, college is all right. And then you're an empty nester and you don't know what to do with this time, what to do with this big house that you've housed all the kids and they're now gone away. Then you
Uh-huh.
may also have an aging parent that has come to live with you. Oh my gosh, that also has put you in out of your depth and you really feel outside of it and your balance has been thrown off. And then, of course, the unexpected, unplanned care for a loved one. There are lots of cases that people sometimes and loved one, it doesn't have to be an aged parent. It could be just a
Wow.
young child that has
Wow.
become suddenly sick or
Mhm.
accidents or something like that
Sure.
happen. And hence, balancing all of that has thrown it into high stress. And you really don't know how to manage it. It doesn't matter. You can be a high planner, a very organized person, but once all of these things come at you all at once, it turns out to give you a big struggle to deal with.
It
Any
requires,
thoughts?
yes, it requires resetting goals. And because it's all, so much that's going on at the same time, that's where a coach can come in to help you,
Right,
to reset your goals. The goals are
right.
yours. You set the goals, and the coach helps you to navigate
Exactly.
this new journey. As I said, it could be a spouse, it could be a child, it could be a parent that has just caused life to just change drastically.
Right.
It could We can go back to the promotion that you may have got, that you now have so much responsibilities that you now have to reset your
Late
goals.
nights and
Mhm.
late nights, early mornings, and your
So,
kids and family at home not seeing you and all of that, everything just
so,
totally thrown out of whack. And you may have gotten an increase in pay, but maybe it's still not covering all expenses, as
mhm,
well as it might be the pay, but then the balance in
mhm.
terms of the responsibilities, late nights and all of that is creating high stress. So that's something to be concerned about. But as we end here, Maxine, I wanted to mention the last point that we have, and it is you sometimes may feel stuck.
Mm.
And that's the biggest one. So we're going to leave that one for another session. So stay tuned and you will hear some of the other parts that we will discuss about being stuck, because so many people are stuck and it doesn't matter. Being stuck is no respecter of persons.
Absolutely.
So it at different times in our life we become stuck, but we'll get into that. Again, my name is Dr. Shelly Cameron and I'm the founder and the leadership coach for Global Coaching Corner. Maxine, where can they find you,
And
etc.?
I am Maxine Barnett, executive coach and founder of Soft Skill Services, and softskillservices.com. You can find me there.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I can be found on LinkedIn or social media. I'm active on Instagram as well. And my thing is successfulleaders.net or ccahr.com. Thank you. It has been a pleasure.
My pleasure.